More now on our top story, the Israeli release of 26 Palestinian prisoners ahead of peace talks that are due to get underway in Jerusalem on Wednesday morning. This is these are live pictures from Gaza, scenes of jubilation, celebration there as people await their friends, their relatives who've been imprisoned, some of them for as long as 20 years. Let's get a view now from Al Jazeera's senior political analyst Marwan Bishara, who joins us live from Washington. Marwan, I suppose the most we can hope for from these talks that are due to get underway tomorrow, Wednesday, is to avoid a breakdown rather than to actually achieve a breakthrough.
That's very true. Probably the main objective of this round of negotiations is to make sure that the peace process, the zombie, that's the sort of the walking dead, continues to show signs of life, because continuity or process, if you will, is what is indispensable at this time in time for Washington, at least, that wants to show some sort of a role, some sort of influence in the region that has basically put the United States behind its back. So making sure that Palestinians and Israelis talk to one another, regardless of what they talk about or under what condition, is almost beside the point at this point in time.
Yeah, given that it is the US that has pushed the two sides together rather than any genuine impetus from either side, what do you think is the best that we can hope for?
Well, look, Adrian, 20 years ago I was here when the Oslo Accords were signed on September 13, 1993. And I tell you, the hope then in Washington was that not 25 people would be freed 20 years later after being 20 years in prison. That 100 times that figure, at least 2,500, 5,000 political prisoners would have been freed in a matter of months, or maybe at maximum 3 years. That means by 1996. Here we are 20 years later, and President Abbas is trying to save face by celebrating the release of 25 prisoners. So that can give you a bit of the scale of the disaster that has visited upon this process. 20 years, and it's stuck. 7 agreements, 7 Israeli prime ministers, 2 Palestinian leaders, and 3 American presidents, and we still don't have no clue where this round of negotiations is going to take the parties. Secretary of State said 9 months, but we have absolutely no clue why he said 9 months. In the summit in Camp David, they said 3 weeks, but the roadmap in 2002 said 3 years. 3 weeks, 3 years, 9 months. Everything has to be resolved. Really, it's so random. It's not clear for an analyst like me what is really behind, what are the dynamics, what are the commitments behind such statements.
Marwan, great to talk to you. Many thanks indeed. Marwan Bishara, live in Washington.
You.